Imagine a man so powerful with his music that entire governments feared him. A man who mixed pounding African rhythms with raw political fire and turned it into a weapon. His name, Fela Kuti, the father of Afrobeat, the voice of the people, and one of the most dangerous musicians the world has ever seen. This is the story of a rebel who stood against dictators, survived brutal beatings, married 27 wives in one day, and created a sound so revolutionary it still shakes the world decades after his death. Before Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido there was Fela, and without him, Afrobeats, as we know it, might never have existed. Fela Kuti was born on October 15, 1938, in Abeokuta, Nigeria. His middle name, Anikulapo, means one who carries death in his pouch, a name that would become a prophecy for a man who feared no one, not even death itself. His mother, Fun Malayo, wasn't just any parent, she was a fierce political activist and women's rights leader. She fought against colonial rule and inspired young Fela to speak out against injustice. His father, Rev. and Israel Oludotin Ransom Kuti, was a strict school principal and a preacher. Education, discipline, and courage ran in the family's blood. In 1958, Fela left Nigeria for London, originally to study medicine, but fate had other plans. Instead of becoming a doctor, he enrolled at Trinity College of Music, and the sound of the trumpet became his true calling. By the mid-1960s, Fela Kuti had returned to Nigeria with more than just a degree in music. He had a vision. He formed his first band, Kula Lobitos, blending jazz and highlife into something the world had never heard before. But it was a trip to Los Angeles in 1969 that changed everything. There, Fela discovered the Black Power movement, Pan-Africanism, and the deep political potential of music. He returned to Nigeria with a new sound, Afrobeat, a revolutionary mix of African rhythms, jazz, funk, and raw political lyrics. This wasn't just music, it was a weapon. His band, Africa 70, became legendary. Fela's songs, sometimes 15 to 20 minutes long, spoke truth to power, calling out corruption, military brutality, and social injustice. The government was not amused. Fela Kuti's music wasn't just entertainment, it was defiance, and the Nigerian government saw it as a threat. His lyrics accused politicians of corruption, mocked military leaders, and exposed the suffering of the people. In 1977, Fela released one of his most controversial albums, Zombie, a scathing attack on the military. It was an instant hit among the people, but for the army, it was pure insult. The response was brutal. Over 1,000 soldiers stormed Fela's home and commune, known as the Kalakuta Republic. They burned it to the ground, destroyed his studio, and beat his family and band members. His elderly mother was thrown from a window, injuries she never recovered from. Most would have been silenced. Not Fela. He built a new commune, continued performing, and even attempted to run for president only to be barred from the ballot. Fela Kuti didn't just play Afrobeat, he lived it. His style was unapologetically African, mixing traditional prints with flamboyant stage outfits, and he often performed bare-chested, radiating confidence and rebellion. In 1978, Fela made headlines around the world when he married 27 women in one day, a bold move to protest Nigeria's laws against polygamy and to celebrate the unity of his band and dancers, who he called his queens. His home, the Kalakuta Republic, wasn't just a residence, it was a self-declared independent nation with its own rules, a recording studio, and a nightclub called the Africa Shrine, where music, politics, and dance came together every night. Despite his fame, Fela lived simply, in some ways eating vegetarian meals, practicing African spiritual traditions, and often playing music for hours without pause. But his life was also filled with controversy, arrests, and constant battles with authority. Fela Kuti passed away in 1997, but his spirit never left. In Lagos, London, New York, and beyond, his music still pumps through speakers, his voice still challenging injustice, and his rhythm still making people move. Artists like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and soon Kuti carry his sound forward, while hip-hop legends from Jay-Z to Nas have sampled his beats. Fela's music became a weapon of truth, inspiring movements across Africa and the world. In 2008, Broadway brought his story to the world with the Tony Award-winning musical Fela, introducing a new generation to his fearless spirit. His legacy is more than music, it's a call to resist oppression, to celebrate African identity, and to never stop dancing. Fela Kuti, the man who took the heart of Africa and made it beat for the world.